Now it's about the types of triangles. We are starting from basic, from starting. Let's start with triangle word. With a triangle word. This triangle word has its meaning. Its meaning. Three means three. Angle means angles. Three angles. Three lines. Three vertex. Three sides. It is a triangle which is a polygon, but closed polygon, not open polygon. Okay, closed polygon, closed line. Means this will be like this: A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Here you can see it is closed, not open. That's why definition of this triangle would be any triangle. Triangle will look a closed polygon. This is polygon. It comes in the category of a polygon. From this figure, we are observing many things. One is it has three vertex. Three vertex. It has three angles. Interior angles. Three interior angles. Three exterior angles. Okay. It has three sides. This AB, BC, and AC. These are line segments. Okay, what else? That's it. When it comes to altitude, yeah, it has also three altitudes. Altitudes. Three altitudes. If all these are present to create a triangle, then we can say yes. This is a triangle. Figure is a triangle. Now we can observe all these things. Three vertex, this one, this one, this one. This is common, this is also common, this is also common. Three angles. This is three angles, three interior angles, three exterior angles. Three sides, AB, AC, BC. When it comes to altitudes, this will be our altitudes. Altitude means perpendicular line. Okay, perpendicular line. This is C is a perpendicular to AB. This line is a perpendicular to, let's say it is P, Q, R. R is this CR is perpendicular to BA. Here AP is perpendicular to BC. Here BQ is perpendicular to AC. That is what is the definition of our altitude. Altitude is just a perpendicular line. Now let's see facts of triangles. Facts of a triangle. Always remember each interior angle, sum of each interior angles of a triangle will be angle A plus angle B plus angle C. It is going to be equal to 180 degree. This is a fact. Only 180 degree. And you will get three angles. Let's say angle A is given, which is 60 degree. Angle C is also given, which is 10 degree. Question is asking angle B would be equal to how much? With the by taking this formula, you can calculate the angle B. Angle A is 60. If you don't know angle B, will be as it. Angle C is 10. How much? 10. This is equal to 180. From this equation, we are getting 180 minus 70. So finally, angle B came out as a 180 That is how you will calculate by this formula. Okay, by this formula. Now, how to, yeah, perimeter. Perimeter of this triangle would be formula of calculating perimeter of this triangle would be what formula? So it is nothing but total perimeter of a of a border of a triangle is equal to AB plus BC plus AC. Just we will add this AB plus BC AC, you will get a total perimeter, total length of a border. Okay, this was the second thing. Now we are going to calculate area for this triangle. Remember there is a formula which is 1 by 2 into A multiple H1. H1. You can call it as this is H1, H2, H3. Altitude is also height. Tell me, in this figure, how much triangles are you getting? This one, second and third. Either you can use this formula, this equation, or you have 1 by 2 B into H2. B. This B, H2. B, H2. AB, H2. Means this is A, B and C. B multiple H, base multiple altitude. Here A is what this base, A is the length of a basic. A is a base multiple, and altitude is what? H1. This is a perpendicular to BC. That's why we took this H1. So A multiple H1. This is for ABC. Same we can write like this over here, 1 by 2. If you are taking this aside, so you will have to take this H2. B multiple H2. It means you are multiplying the length of this AC by perpendicular, and then you are dividing by 2. You are dividing this P multiple H2 by 2. Reason is that if you create one more this triangle, you will get one square or one rectangle. Now it's a complete square. But if we remove this one part, it is a half. That's why we wrote over here 2. We are dividing this by 2. Reason is it is a half of a square or rectangle. That's why. This can be equal to 1 by 2. C is a base and H3 is a perpendicular to C. This was formula to calculate area of any given triangle, where altitude is a given, value of altitude, and base is given. Then you can use this formula. You will be able to use this formula. Okay. We saw about how to calculate area. Corresponding height. Let's say corresponding height. Corresponding height. Look at over here. It is saying AH1 is going to be equal to BH2. BH2 is also going to be equal to CH3. Means all these are constant. Constant. Whatever will be value of A into H1, this will be equal to B into H2. Means let's say A was 5 and H1 is 6, 30, it will become 30. So value of this will be also 30, value of this will be also 30. That's why we are saying, we are calling it as a constant. Okay, constant. They are not changing itself. If a value is this 30, this also 30, this also 30. That's why don't take all these three things. These three things. Take only one. Okay. Because these three things, they are equally to each other. That's why. Okay. I am not saying A is going to equal to B is equal to C. No. I am saying AH1 is going to equal to BH2 is going to equal to CH3. This is what I am saying. We are multiplying H1 with A, H2 with a B, H3 with a C. Clear? So never say A is equal to B, B is equal to C. It will happen. This will be equal to each other. There is a separate part. We will see that separate part. That now just understand. This is going to be constant. What constant? In the term of ratio, this H1 is altitude, H2, 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 H3. This is going to be equal to 1 upon A, H2 1 upon B, H2 1 upon C. Now let's understand this thing. H1 is what? This is H1. It is saying this is equal to H1 is equal to 1 upon A. 1 upon A. H2 will be equal to H2 will be equal to 1 upon B. H3 will be equal to 1 upon C. We wrote this in the term of ratio. In the term of ratio. Now let's move towards the types of triangles. Types of triangles. When we move towards the types of triangles, it is divided into two parts. We will say types of angle by side, by angle, by angle. We are dividing these types of angle into two parts, by side and by angle. Let's start with first equilateral. Equilateral. equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Lateral means side. Okay. Lateral means side. Equi means equal. This is a type of triangle, but it is based on side. This is based on side. A triangle whose sides are equal. Each three sides are equal. Each sides are equal will be our equilateral triangle. Again, I am repeating, it is based on side, not angle. Remember, brother, this side we are saying this side is x, then this will be x, this will be x. A, B, C. If this side is x, this x, it means each interior angle is going to make a 60 degree. 60 degree. Three sides of a triangle will be equal when each interior angles of that triangle is 60. Then it will happen. Okay. If question is asking each three sides of a triangle is the same, then tell me what is going to be value of each interior angles of whose each sides are equal. Then you would say 60 degree. Simple. It's a fact. Okay. It's a fact. There is no calculation for this. It's a fact only. This hint is used for equal. Either you can use one line or two line or three line. When we use this like that, one line, two line, three line, we are interacting with this by like that. This one value of this one is a 5, and this is not equal to this A, B, C. 5 is not equal to this line. It is not equal to this line. This is not equal to. Each sides of this triangle is not equal to each other. This is what is the meaning of this hints. Okay, a triangle whose each sides are equal. Now next, isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Right now, whatever we are understanding types of a triangle are based on side, not the angles. Okay. So next is coming isosceles. Isosceles triangle. Again, I would say it is also triangle, but it would say there would be three sides. If we are taking triangle, of course, three sides will be compulsory for a triangle. It is saying length of two sides except one, length of two sides will be equal to each other. Are you understand? Got it or not? Let me clarify. Two sides or two sides and two angles should be equal. For example, let's say this angle it is making 30 degree and this is making 30 degree. 30 degree. 30 degree. In this case, this line will be equal to this line. A, B, C. means AB is going to be equal to AC, where angle B is equal to 30, it is equal to angle C. Two sides are equal, means two angles are going to be equal. In the previous types of triangle we saw three sides were equal, three angles were also equal. Same thing is happening over here. Two sides are equal, two angles are equal. But remember, this will be something else. Value of this third line which we left will be something else. For example, if this is 5, this will be also 5. It can be any number except 5. Okay, except 5. Yeah, it is done. Isosceles. Two sides. Iso. Scales. Next we have a scalene. A scalene triangle. A scalene triangle. Simple. First, in the first we saw each sides were equal. In the second we saw two sides were equal. In this we will understand what not each sides are not equal to each other. That is what is going to happen in this case. Each sides are not going to be equal. Each sides will not be equal to each other. Okay, to each other. If each sides are not equal, it means angles, each interior angles will not be equal. Will not be equal. Three unequal sides. You can say three unequal sides. Three unequal sides means three unequal angles. Okay. Means let's say if the side is x, this will be y, this will be z. A, B, C. Nothing is equal. Okay. In this case, nothing is equal. In this case, two things were equal. In this case, three sides were equal. You can see again. I want to repeat it. Equi means equal. Lateral sides. Each angles are going to be equal for equilateral triangle. When it comes to isosceles triangle, so two sides, two angles are going to equal. But third, left angle is going to be something else. Value of a third angle will be something else. A scalene triangle, a triangle whose each sides value of each sides are different. Nothing is same, different. Even angles are different. I am writing over here. All these types of triangles are based on side. Clear? Have a look. Now we are going to see types of triangle by angle. By angle. Let me erase. First, first acute angle, acute acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. Look at over here. Each interior angles, each interior angles, interior angles will be less than 90 degree. Is our is a acute angle triangle. Okay, if each angles of a triangles are less than 90 degree will be our acute angle. Each. Okay. Next we have obtuse angle triangle. In this case, any one angle. Here we will not care about the sides. Any one angle. For example, A, B, C. In this case, we can see it is making more than 90 degree. Any one angle in triangle is making more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree is obtuse angle. Okay, obtuse angle triangle. Okay, brother, only one angle. When it comes to obtuse angle triangle, we observe only one angle. If one angle in the triangle is making more than 90 degree or less than 180 degree, it is going to be what? Obtuse angle triangle. Okay. Next we have right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Right means 90 degree. One angle, you will observe one angle in the triangle is making 90 degree. This A, B, C. Angle B is how much? 90 degree. Okay? Angle B is 90 degree. We can write, it can be written as angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. This AB is perpendicular to BC. It is also triangle. This was also triangle. This is also triangle. Difference is in this each interior angles was less than 90. In the second, one angle was making more than 90 degree. In the third case, one angle is making 90 degree. That's why we are calling it as a right angle triangle. Okay. Okay, this part is done. I'm going to erase this thing so that we can see next points, next topics. Next topics based on triangle. Let angle B is the largest angle. Largest angle, okay? Angle B is the largest in the given triangle. In the given triangle. This is a triangle. B, A, C. This is B and this is A, C, A. Alpha, a small letters are showing length of sides. A is the length of a side of this line. Okay, C is the length of this line. B is the length of this line. But capital letters are representing as an angles. Okay. Now question is saying let angle B is the largest angle. In that case, we can say in front of this, according to this angle B, what is coming is a line which is in front of angle B. You would say this B. So B side, this B side will become largest side for this triangle. For this angle is largest, side will be also largest, but in front of that angle, okay? In front of B means AC. Now next, let angle C is a smallest angle. Angle C, this. In that case, if angle is the smallest, in front of that angle, side would be, this side would be a smallest. So C side will be a smallest side. The smallest side is equal to AB. This was another thing. This was another thing. Now next we have inequality of a triangle. Inequality of a triangle. How to form any triangle which is valid for that? Formation conditions for formation, condition for formation of triangles. Conditions for formation of triangles are what? Let's take a triangle over here. A, B, C. A, B, C. With example, we will understand it. For instance, 4, 9, 15 are lengths of a triangle. It's not possible to create a triangle. How? 5, 10, 15. It is also not possible. It is also also not a possible. Next we have 7, 12, 15 is not, it is a possible. This is possible. Is possible. One by one we will see rules or conditions. For 9, 15 is not possible to create a triangle. It is a saying, I am not saying. How? One rule, first condition is sum of any two sides of triangle will be always greater than third angle, third side, greater than third side. For example, this is the length of the first side, length of the second side, length of the third side. If we take these two sides, 4, 5, 4 plus 9, this will be equal to 13. But third side is 15, which is less than this. This is greater. 15 is greater. 15 is greater. 5 plus 10. This is equal to 15. 7 plus 12. This is equal to 15. 7 plus 12. Now this is 12 plus 7 is greater. In this case 4 plus 9 was less. 5 plus 10 is equal to 15. We have to understand is sum of any two sides. You are taking two sides, but sum of those two sides should be greater. For example, in this case we took these two sides. Sum is coming how much? 30, which is less than 15. Less than 15. 15 is the length of a third side. So 50 here it is not less than sum of these two sides. That's why here triangle was not possible. Never sum of two sides will be equal to third side. That's why this was also not possible to create a triangle. Condition was sum of two angles should be two angles. Here we are adding two angles. So third angle will be less. 7 plus 12, it is becoming 19. So 19 is greater than 15. And this was possible. Here we are observing that whatever we are taking lengths, value of lengths of the sides, each sides of a triangle, is it possible to create with this much length of the sides? That is how we will check. Okay. Next condition is difference of any two sides is always less than third side. Just opposite of first condition. In first condition we were adding, in second condition we are subtracting. Difference of any two sides. For example, 9 minus 4 will be 5. This should be less than third side. third side is becoming greater. Third side is becoming greater. For example, B is greater than C minus A. B is how much? Let's say B is 9. C is 15. Minus A 4. 15 minus 4 will be 11. 11 here 11 is greater. 11 is greater. Condition was saying this should be less than. This should be greater. Third side should be greater. Third side. Let's take this. Over here 15 is equal to let's say 50. We are taking this third side. It is greater and B minus C. B minus C. B is 12. B is 12 minus 7. 15. 5. Now over here 15 is greater. We can see 5. This is the sum of two sides. This is the difference of two sides. 5. 5 is the difference of two sides, which is less than 15. That's why this was possible. This was possible. Condition. There are two conditions. Only two conditions. Only two conditions. One is if you are adding two angles, then third angle should be less. If you are subtracting two angles, then third angle should be greater. That's it. Third angle should be greater. Okay, now relation between three sides of a triangle. Relation between three sides of a triangle. Let's see. Three sides of a triangle. Relation between three sides of a triangle. First we have acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. Look at over here. If an angle C, we are observing, we are understanding a relation between three sides of a triangle. These three sides. If an angle C is the largest angle, we know this is also largest side. But in front of this angle, okay? C, this is C. Got it? If C side is greater, then we know C raised to power 2 will be equal to A raised to power 2 plus B raised to power 2. But here C is not a greater. Here C is not a greater. Value of C is not greater. Why C is not greater in this case? Because angle is acute. Angle is acute. That's why C is not greater. C will be less than sum of these two angles. But when it comes to right angle triangle, right angle triangle, then we use what, a theorem which is known as the Pythagoras theorem. Yeah, Pythagoras theorem is used when triangle has a 90-degree angle. Then you can see over here it is a 90 degree. In this case, AC is greater, means angle B is greater. This angle B is the largest angle. AC side is the largest side. In that case, we can write C square raised to power A AB square AC square raised to power AB square plus BC square. This C will be equal to sum of BC and AB when a angle of a triangle is 90 degree. In this case, C was not equal to A plus B, A square plus B square, because of angle was less than 90. That's okay. Now when it comes to obtuse angle triangle, brother, obtuse angle triangle, what's the difference? Acute, in the case of acute, C was becoming less because acute is a small, obtuse is greater than 90. That is how you can remember. But 90 is a perpendicular, not less than 90, not greater than 90. That's why this C, in this case, C is equal to sum of A plus B. But over here, A, B, C, let's just say this is 120 theta. Angle C is a largest angle. Try to understand. Largest angle. If angle C is largest, you would say AB side is this would be largest side. It explains that this is C side which is in front of bigger angle, largest angle, will be more than, it will be more than sum of these two angles. C square is, it is not equal to this and this, no, this will be more. C square, it is greater than, let's say this is C, B, A. C square, A square plus B square. This was relation between them. Okay. This was the relation between them. How to remember all these relations? Remember, when it comes to acute angle, then C is going to be, value of C will be less. When it comes to obtuse angle, value of a greater side will be more. When it comes to a right angle triangle, value of a C will be equal to sum of a angle, sum of A and B. Okay. Obtuse is considered as a bigger angle, so C will be bigger. Acute is considered as a small angle, so C will be a small. Right is not a small, not big. That's why this will be equal to each other. Means C will be equal to A plus B. Okay. Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is valid for this right angle triangle. Now let's take the question. Sides sides of a triangle sides of a triangle is are 9 is to 13 is to 18. Which type of triangle it is? We know ratio is what? 9 is to 13 is to 18. This is ratio. 9 is to 13 is to 18. Or you can say this 9 is a length of one side, 13 is the length of the second side. Now, which one is greater from this ratio? Which one is greater? You would say 80. 80. And 90 raised to power 2 plus 9 raised to power 2. If this one is becoming equal to this, we will say this is a right angle triangle. After simplifying this, if this 80 raised to power 2 is coming as a small number than this, then we will consider it as a acute angle triangle. Okay, let's simplify. This will become 100 it adds 64 6 8 6 40 8 6 40 1 8 4 2 3 300 324 324 169 plus 81. Yeah, 169 81 will be 0 4 5 2 250. Now tell me, is it greater than 324? No, it is. This is less than 320. So finally, this is a greater. Big side is a greater. This big side is greater than sum of two angles. Sum of left two angles. So we can say this triangle is nothing but obtuse. obtuse angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. Got it? Because of the sum of a greater, sum of a largest side is more than sum of left sides. Now next, have a look. Have a look. Template, template, template triangles. Templates, templates triangles means this is 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6. A, B, C. Here we can see A is B is a 6 and C is a 4. If one thing we will get 3, 4, 6. If you multiply this by 2, only length will increase, but angles will not change itself. In the case of templates or triangles, only length will increase after multiplying with any number, but rotation will be as it. For example, 3 to the 6, it will become 6, 4 to the 8, and 6 to the 12. 6 to the 12. Now it will look like this, but rotation angle of B will be as it. If over here angle is 30, 65, not 60, okay, 30, but hold on, 45, 45. Let's just say this is 50. This will be our 40. 40. In this case, this will be also 40, and this angle will be also 50. This angle will be also 45. What is happening? Only length is increasing. Angle is the same. This type of a triangle is known as a template triangles, where we just multiply by any number. Then in a result we get increased length. Increased length. Even you divide, if you divide, what will happen? If you divide by 2, what will happen? Length will decrease, BC will decrease, AC will decrease, AB will decrease. When we divide, something will decrease. When we multiply, something will increase. Here, length will increase. Okay. Have a look for few seconds. I have told you vertically opposite angles. Look at over here. If you take this theta, what do you think? Will it be theta? No, no, no. Here AB is a straight line. This is making a linear triangle. So here this will be 180 minus theta. If you are taking this as a theta, this will not be theta. Why? As we saw that vertically angles, opposite angles will be equal to each other. So opposite of this is this. Whatever is the value of this will be equal to this. So over here will come 180 minus theta. Opposite of this is what this. Theta will be as well. We are familiar with it. But I just explained over here so that you cannot get confused.